I'm a hustler, man. I'm always get it off the muscle, man. Tryna make them hundreds, bust the rubber bands. Rain, sleet, hell or snow, I'm tryna get it in. Woo! I go door to door, stacking up them dollars like dominoes. I go door to door.
Hustlers, hustlers, hustlers. What's cracking? It's your boy Deshaun. Welcome back to another episode of Roof Hustlers, baby. We tackle all your daily door-to-door objections, rejections, and we teach you guys how to make connections, man. Because if you ain't creating genuine customer connections, building better customer relationships, and providing premier customer service, you know, like I know, guys, you ain't making a difference in your wallet or the community, baby. And that's what we do over here at Roof Hustlers, man. Help you guys go from average to good, from good to great. Always keeping food on your plate, baby. Because if you do what I do, you know it's a job out here. So what I want to talk to you hustlers this week about is gamifying the grind. The problem is your mind is all skewed up, right? You show up every day and it's work, it's work, it's work, and you dread the task that you do. And that's why, because you've turned it into work. You've took the fun out of the grind. And it's a whole list of the G's of getting money, right? It's an alphabet of getting money, but the G's of getting money, one of the G's of getting money is gamify the grind. So what I want to talk to you hustlers about today is gamifying the grind so you can have fun again, so you can be out there chasing your goals and hitting your income numbers. So without further ado, let's jump into this week's episode, gamifying the grind. There's three ways you can gamify the grind. The first way is you gamify your learning, you gamify your earning, and then you gamify your yearning. So listen, you gotta learn to play the game with nobody in the stands, right? You can't wait for people to be cheering on you before you play the game to get the results that you desire. So let's cover the first part, gamify your learning. How do you gamify your learning, right? Everybody tell you read books, go to conferences, go to seminars, listen to podcasts, right? But how do you turn that into a game to where it's no longer like a drudging task that you gotta do and you dread reading and doing these things daily? So I had a guy that I look up to, I can't think of his name at this moment, but he did something that I thought was pretty impressive and quite creative. He said he makes $1 million every day before 10 a.m. I was like, what? How you make $1 million every day before 10 a.m.? Because he turned his learning into a game, right? So how do he did it? He said if he woke up and he did his daily journaling, $1,000, right? Read his book, $100,000, not $1,000, $100,000, right? So that's $200,000, right? If he did his meditation, that's $100,000. If he got in there and did whatever his morning routine, whatever else he needed to do, go to the gym, another $100,000, right? So he turned his learning into a game. So he make $100,000 every time he perform one of his tasks that involves him learning. So he says, I make $1 million every day before 10 a.m. So he wakes up every day, he do everything he need to do to make his $1 million, and in his mind, because you got to play tricks on your mind, I'm a millionaire by 10 a.m. You got to understand, you become a millionaire in your mind before you become a millionaire in reality. So gamify your learning. So if you read one book a month, maybe you make $500,000, right? And you're just having fun with yourself, right? If you go to conferences, you do events, you listen to your podcast, tie it to a number and you turn it into a game. Now it's more fun than you looking at it as like daily tasks that you have to do. But every time you do one of these tasks, you earn a certain type of income, and now it's fun and you turn it into a game. So listen, when it comes to reading your books, your podcasts, your seminars, all of these things, gamify it. Attach a number to it. Now you, in your mind, you earn a certain amount of income every time you perform a task that involves learning, right? So that's the first way when it comes to gamifying the grind. Gamify your learning. Have fun with it, but turn it into a game. Turn your learning into a game instead of looking at it like you did when you was back in school, because it's such a negative connotation when you tie school to learning, right? So that's the first one, gamify your learning. The second thing you want to gamify is gamify your earning, right? Understand, I don't need you to focus on making money. I need you to focus on the activities. But it's hard for you to focus on the activities when you're not making the money that you want to make. So that's why you got to turn it into a game. So in other words, anytime you pull up into the field or your weekly task or weekly things you want to get done to get to the goals that you desire, let's turn it into a game. So we used to pull up in the neighborhood and we used to say, hey, first one to get it on a roof and get an inspection, you get $100, right? We turn it into a game. So now everybody hustling with a sense of urgency. Why? Because you go get $100 if you get that inspection. I work with another company. They said if they didn't get an inspection, they had to buy everybody lunch that day. So now they turn it into another game. They're like, well, I got to get an inspection, so I don't got to pay for everybody to get lunch. That's you turning it into a game. So I got a group of friends, they was hustling out in Arizona, they was selling no soliciting signs, right? They attach little fun things to the sale like a scavenger hunt. So it's like if you out there selling, if you sell a deal in your underwear, you get an additional 100 points or whatever it is to the scavenger hunt. And I watched the guy get in his underwear and he sold a no soliciting sign, right? He turned it into a game. But if you out there doing this every day just hustling, you'll never think to sell a roof in your underwear. Why? Because you think that's stupid. But if you got a group of people and you done turned it into a game, now you're more likely to get out of your comfort zone and have more fun. But the most important thing is what you aren't thinking about, the daily task of knocking doors, right? So you got to have fun. First guy to get to 100 doors in a day, you can get this award, right? Or you can play the games with yourself. If you can get to 100 doors in a day, you take yourself out and give yourself a nice dinner, right? If you can land the first inspection within the first hour, you're going to do this for yourself. So if you got a team of people, if you could turn these little achievements and milestones a part of the game, now nobody's just thinking about dreading knocking doors, but they're having fun trying to hit certain numbers and certain achievements because it come with bonuses, right? How do you think NFL teams get NFL players to perform? Because they've gamified the contract. So if you make all pro, you get $150,000 bonus. You make 100 tackles in a year, you get a $500 bonus. You make the Pro Bowl, you get a $500,000 bonus, right? They've gamified the contract. So you looking at the NFL every week and you wonder why these guys putting in so much effort and energy to get to certain tasks. It's because it's a game. They get certain bonuses when they hit certain parts, right? So as a sales organization, gamify the grind. And if you by yourself, just turn it into a game. If you hit a certain amount of deals, you're gonna go buy yourself a pair of shoes, whatever it may be. And you may be hearing this and say, well, ain't this that incentivizing myself to hit these numbers? Yes, but on the flip side, you're turning it into a game, so you're not focusing on the daily task and dreading knocking 100 doors, but the mindset, if I get to 100 doors, boom, it's a part of the game. So listen, gamify your earning. And the cool thing about it is, as you focus on having fun with these parts of the game, you know what follows all that? Money. So if you done made it a game to hit a certain amount of inspections in a week, it's usually going to equate to a certain amount of deals in a week, which is going to turn into certain contracts. And now you got contracts and now you're making money. Why? Because you're having fun playing the game instead of dreading the daily tasks that you do. And remember, money follows, it doesn't lead. So that's how you gamify your earning. I always tell myself with roof hustles, man, how many trainings can I book in a year? Yeah, I know they're attached to a certain income, but I'm having fun with how many people can I reach out to, how many people can I follow up with, right? Even when you're following up with homeowners, turn it into a game. How many appointments can I book within the hour? Now it's a game. Right? Instead of dreading like I gotta do follow-up calls. Nah, we about to have fun with the follow-ups. How many appointments can I book for my following up? I'm trying to hit this amount of number in this time frame. Now it's a game. Now you're not focusing on the results, you're focusing on the activity, which leads to the results, which leads to the money. So that's how you gamify your earning, right? And now it's a game, and you know what people love to play? Games. You know what people hate going to? Work. So when it's a game, you're more likely to show up, give great energy, great effort, and have a good time. So that's the second G of gamify the grind. Gamify your earning.
This episode of Roof Hustlers is brought to you by the Best Hustler Academy. Listen, guys, I know you love the free YouTube content, but I know you be asking, man, I know it's more to it than this. Man, I got some questions that I want to ask you, but you don't always respond back on YouTube. No problem. Come join the Best Hustler Academy, where you can get more in-depth training, right? You can get exclusive one-on-one time, and then you can get all of your questions asked by yours truly. So, Best Hustler Academy, man. Join sooner than later. Now back to regular scheduled program.
And the last but not least, the final one is gamify your yearnings, right? What is your yearnings? Your desires. Whatever it is that you're after in the year, you're trying to sell a 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, whatever it is. Gamify your yearning. So what I like to tell guys to do, let's say if your goal is to get to 5 million, right? Go home, create a thermometer, or create some visual thing that you do, right? And every time you close a certain amount, start coloring it in. Start coloring it in. Not every day you come home or after every month you done close 200,000, you get to go home and you get to color in that thermometer and you getting closer and closer to your 5 million, 6 million, $3 million goal, right? Whatever it is. But now it's a game. It's like the fundraiser used to do in school. Every kid see the thermometer getting higher and higher. Now you're more eager to go out there and try to talk to more people, try to close more deals. Why? Because it's a game. Also, I want you to only give your energy to the desired outcome. So every day I want you to visualize how you want this day to go, how you want this month to go, how you're gonna get a few more deals, and it's gonna allow you to color in your thermometer, and now you slowly achieving your goals, right? And as you achieve your goals, you're gonna get closer to your income goals. So listen, you gotta gamify your yearning. The things that you desire, turn it into a game. So I just came from training a company, and a guy, he just got a Mercedes, like 2014 Mercedes, is one of his dream cars, whatever. But now I got him dreaming about a newer Mercedes. I'm like, if you can get a new Mercedes, what year would it be? Like a 2023. I'm like, which one? He telling me the model, right? I said, do me a favor, go home, print it out, put it on your wall. Look at it every day. Turn it into a game that when you out here hustling, you're not hustling to get a check, you're not hustling to pay bills, you're hustling to get a little bit closer to your desires, which is that new Mercedes. So you gotta learn how to gamify your yearnings. That way it's not a slow uphill battle to get to 5 million, it's a fundraiser to get to 5 million. Right? And now every day you out there grinding, you bring a different energy to it because now you've turned it into a game. So you're gonna have way more fun chasing your dreams and your goals that way if you learn how to gamify it. So once again, gamify your learning, right? Make $100,000 every time you do something within your morning routine, reading 10 pages, finishing a book, going to a seminar, listening to a podcast, right? Mentally tell yourself you make money when you do those things, right? Next one, gamify your earning. Turn the door knocking or the prospecting into a game. I also heard a guy say, I get $100 for every no that I get. And by that 10th house and I land that first inspection and I close that first deal, he just wrote a check for all the nine people that told me no. He wrote $1,000 checks for all of them no's I just went through. Turn it into a game, right? And last but not least, gamify your yearnings, which means your desires, your goals, your dreams, right? Make it a game, turn it into a visualization, and every day you wake up, you playing the game to get closer to your dreams and your goals. Listen, guys, when you turn the grind into a game, it's no longer work. You bring a different passion, you bring a different energy, you bring a different level of creativity. Why? Because you're learning to play the game. And if you play video games, you know, one thing we was always looking for every time we play video games, the cheat codes, right? You're looking for the cheat codes to be able to get to your desires a little bit sooner than later. So when you're looking at the grind like it's a game, eventually you're gonna start finding cheat codes that get you closer to your dreams and goals sooner than later. So gamify the grind, baby. So listen, if you got some value out of today's episode, do us a huge favor. Leave us some comments down in the comment box. We do pay attention to those. If there's any topics that you want us to cover on Roof Hustlers, shoot us an email, Deshaun@roofhustlers.com. We'll love to address those topics, right? If you want a copy of the free Hustlers Guide to Door, shoot us an email, Deshaun@roofhustlers.com. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, right? Roof Hustlers, we easy to find. So listen, it's always a pleasure rocking out with y'all hustlers, giving you the mindset, the skill set, the strategies, the tactics, the principles that you need to dominate the game so you can crush your goals and hit your incomes, right? As always, baby, hustle hard, hustle small, and don't be afraid to bogart. Hustlers, I'm out.
Just another day of hustling.